The TVWan News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello and welcome. This is TVWan News. I'm Maricela Calaton.
And I'm Jasmine Jack. I'll join you later in the sports segment.
In this edition, wife killer sentenced to life, power struggle at state institution resurfaces, and Prime Minister Marape to address Aussie Parliament. Convicted killer Bosip Kaiwi has been sentenced to life imprisonment for the brutal murder of his wife, Jeneline Kennedy. The judge highlighted the unprecedented cruelty Kaiwi subjected his wife to over 5 days, emphasizing a strong intent to cause grievous bodily harm and inflict pain and suffering. The crime, committed in the victim's home with her children present, was deemed a gross abuse of trust. The judge, referencing the severity and premeditated nature of the offense, imposed the maximum penalty of life imprisonment, stating it was a matter of the worst kind. The court rejected any possibility of suspension, emphasizing the need for a sentence that reflects the gravity of the crime and deters others from similar offenses. The landmark decision underscores the justice system's commitment to denounce and punish extreme acts of violence. Transport and Civil Aviation Minister Walter Schnobelt says former acting managing director of the National Airports Corporation, Rex Kiponge, has no legal standing to assume office. This is following an attempt by Rex Kiponge to take office yesterday, forcefully removing the incumbent, Joseph Kintau. The minister extended Kintau's acting appointment on Wednesday, 6 December for another 3 months.
The extension of the acting appointment of Joseph Kintau for another 3 months strengthens the minister's decision not to recognize Kiponge. Kiponge was terminated early this year and replaced by Joseph Tupiri, who was later replaced by Joseph Kintau, all in acting capacities, and now Kintau's appointment further extended by 3 months. The extension of Kintau's appointment was gazetted on Tuesday, 6th of December, a day after the National Court made a decision to quash the NEC decision of 27th April that revoked Kiponge's appointment. Kiponge is alleged to have stormed the NAC office yesterday to assume the acting MD's role following the court's decision on Tuesday. Once this news reached the minister, he issued a statement calling Kiponge's actions as unlawful, placing the entire aviation system at risk of breakdown. Schnobelt further stated that Kiponge does not have the prerequisite test as a fit and proper person under Section 50 of the Civil Aviation Act 2000. He says he only recognizes Joseph Kintau and has reappointed him for a period of 3 months as per the National Gazette number G970. Ruth Rongola, TVWan News.
In a turn of events, incumbent NAC acting managing director Joseph Kintau hosted a media conference and indicated his stand on this matter. He said he has put the interest of his vital state institution ahead of his by declining the extension of his appointment by the Civil Aviation Minister Walter Schnobelt. The expiry of his 3-month acting appointment coincided with the court's decision to quash the NEC decision that terminated former acting MD Rex Kiponge. The minister sought another extension following this court decision and successfully gazetted a 3-month extension to Kintau's contract. However, Kintau today said he respected the court's decision and will not accept this appointment. Instead, will allow Kiponge to assume the role and not frustrate the work of NAC further.
At this stage, unfortunately, I had to decline, and I've advised him so, simply because I'm in conflict of my heart what my conscience tells me, and the task that is ahead, the cost of defending the position that I'll be in, of constant security in front of me, policing in front of me. I can't. I'm a free man. Unfortunately, I can't do that. The price is too high for me to be in there trying to defend my position. I can't do that. And again, I reiterate, I take responsibility for this media conference. Not Mr. Kiponge, not the staff, I personally, with one objective, to plead, to ask the government and Prime Minister, please return peace into NAC.
For the first time since Papua New Guinea became a sovereign nation, Papua New Guinea Prime Minister James Marape has been invited to address the Australian Parliament in February 2024. Marape expressed gratitude for the invitation and thanked the Australian Parliament through Prime Minister Anthony Albanese for the invitation. The announcement was made yesterday after the signing of the bilateral security agreement.
Will return the honour that I received in January of being the first foreign leader to address that Parliament, and have written to the Speaker today, and with the support as well of the Leader of the Opposition, we look forward to welcoming Prime Minister Marape for that joint sitting of Parliament.
And I'm just happy that you are giving me an opportunity to address Parliament on the 8th of February in 2024 to emerging Australians and emerging Papua New Guineans. We can never compromise our two nations' closeness, our two nations' cultures, our two nations' history, and more importantly, as we leaders gel together.
The Independent Commission Against Corruption, or ICAC, is sounding a warning to public office holders to be careful in their conduct in facilitating corruption as ICAC comes into full operation next year. Deputy Commissioner of ICAC, Daniel Balch, made it known that any corruption-related matters reported to their office will be handled diligently, and those found to have grounds will be investigated further and concluded accordingly. Matters that do not require ICAC's attention will be referred to relevant agencies to deal with.
But it's also important to note that those that are out there who do participate in corrupt conduct or are participating in corrupt conduct at the moment need to be wary. The time will very quickly come when they shouldn't be sleeping soundly of a night time, because at any point in time it could be that the ICAC is investigating them. When there's a need and a purpose and a reason why we'll talk to an investigation, we aim to be transparent, we aim to come forward and talk with yourselves, the media, and more importantly the people, so they do know what we're going on. It's important they have confidence and they have trust that the ICAC will bring operational outcomes in what we do with those investigations.
The dialogue for the sharing of the benefit packages from the Papua LNG project will take place in 2024 in a development forum between the state and all stakeholders. The immediate impact provinces are Gulf and Central. However, provinces like Eastern Highlands and Simbu have put in notice of intention to be involved in the benefit sharing programs. This will be addressed separately between the concerned provinces and the national government. When announcing the gazettal determination of identification of landowner beneficiaries for the Papua LNG project on Thursday, December 7th, Minister for Petroleum and Energy Kerengakua also highlighted a breakdown of landowner benefits for the people of the impacted areas. Minister Kua said there will be 2% of royalties to the 224 identified landowning clans in Gulf and Central Province, a 2% development levy that will go to the provincial governments, 2% free carry equity for landowners that will be held by the Mineral Resources Development Company, and a unique production levy that will bring the total benefits up to 8%. However, the state has back-in rights of 22.5% and plans to fully utilize this back-in right to purchase shares in the project, once invited by operator of the project, Total Energies Papua New Guinea.
Now, once all these benefits are in the hands of the state, we will come back to the And on top of that is the national content issue about contracts and all of that. That's all factored into the total take of the state. So once all of that is in our hands, we've exercised the option on the equity and we bought it back in at 22.5%, etc. We come to the development forum, then we will be talking about, okay, now everything we get, let's put it on the table. Landowners, you've got 2% already royalties. Provincial government, you got 2% development levy already. There's a further production levy of 2% to the state. State has bought another 22.5%. And then there's the DMO there. So how do we share all of this? So the provincial governments and the landowners will be expected to keep what they already got. But the state, having acquired on behalf of the country a higher take than the landowners, local level government councils and landowners and the provincial governments, they can come and negotiate with the state about taking some extra from what is in the state's hands for the benefit of the impacted provinces, landowners, etc.
Furthermore, Minister Kua said the issue of benefit sharing has also involved bordering provinces like Eastern Highlands and Simbu, who have respectively put in notice of intention to be involved in the benefit sharing programs. The minister says the national government will have separate meetings with them and the impacted provinces at a different dialogue level. This is TVWan News. When we return, PWC aids eruption victims and Wingay High School to be elevated.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase easy paid units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
Enjoy life when we work together, making happy memories that last forever. Hot in talk, young or old, let's calories, family meal at home. We'll bring out the smiles cause it's our favorite from us. Sandy Sicola, scale rise, don't scale price. Sandy Sicola, scale rise, don't scale price. Amber, you like it?
More clean, more sweet. Flame natural white sugar. Make more.
Hiya, Mama. You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magic kakaru, get up a big smile on face. Time for kim chicken, a great fumu too. Sip, sip, the moo, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, the taste PNG loves.
The Toyota JD Hiace bus comes in 14 and 15-seater high-roof luxury model powered by 2.8 liters JD engine for optimal performance output, fuel efficiency and quietness, designed with improved safety features and easy maneuverability for tire steering angle. The Hiace lift suspension and annular frame structure is opted for smooth ride, comfort and safety. Experience the ride on the Hiace bus and experience the Hiace pride, the bus that exceeds all expectations.
This season, the Bunce family are taking the ultimate risk.
There's no investors, there's no third party.
We're paying for it ourselves.
We have to find some good jade.
The stakes are high, and every decision is their own.
Time and money is everything. That's how important it is.
Hit it!
Rush, move.
It's all or nothing.
If we don't mine this year, we have no next year.
Jade Fever. All new season coming soon on Outdoor.
This is One Place Video Eats.
Hey viewers, I'm Soxy.
I'm Tony.
And I'm Stanko. And you're watching
TVWan.
Merry Christmas.
And a Happy New Year.
That's right.
That's right.
See you then.
Welcome back. Help continues to come in for the victims of the Mount Ulawun eruption in West New Britain province. The West New Britain Provincial Council of Women stepped forward yesterday to provide assistance to displaced families, particularly women and children residing in care centres. Carol Kidu Jr. with this report.
In response to the aftermath of the Mount Ulawun eruption in West New Britain province, the Provincial Council of Women has taken a proactive approach in aiding displaced families, particularly focusing on women and children residing in care centres. Secretary of the Provincial Council of Women, Siwa Matawe, announced the donation highlighting the collaborative effort made by women across the province.
What we basically did was calling out for donations from women and across our 3 districts and 12 LLGs and 119 wards, and whatever we are able to get was presented today, and we are really happy that we did this presentation. What we have in the 22 big bags and the 12 rainbow bags are basically clothes for children, mixed assorted clothes for youths and for young girls, and also for women and for men as well. So as citizens and as women ourselves, we felt that we are also obliged to have a social obligation to contribute and give back something to the communities.
The women representative in Nakanai DDA board, Agatha Kapi, and the women of Nakanai actively participated in distributing the non-food items to Kabaya Care Center. Mrs. Kapi's team also extended their support by distributing garden food and non-food items to both Kabaya and Sovola Care Centers. Caretaker Provincial Administrator Hubert Kava, on behalf of the provincial government, acknowledged the challenges faced by the impacted communities and expressed gratitude for their donation. Acting Director Provincial Disaster Clement Bailey provided an update on the relief efforts, highlighting the importance of coordination to ensure efficient distribution.
Our effort now is to make sure we have the capacity, we have to coordinate properly, so that all the something must reach in line long biala, especially care centers long line lamanaka. We thank you the people of Western Britain, the resilience where you miss a gatlong and the cooperation you got long and you continue on time this now you look in and you show him this la passing. This is true passengers.
The PwC plans to further contribute by donating food items once transportation logistics are confirmed, illustrating their commitment to aiding the affected regions. Carol Kidu Jr., TVWan News.
Wingay High School in the West Yangaru LLG of Yangaru South District in East Sepik Province is set to become a secondary school in 2025 when the country celebrates 50 years of independence. Local Member of Parliament and Minister for International Trade and Investment, Richard Maru, made this announcement at the school's 3rd grade 10 graduation on Wednesday, December 6th. Wingay High School is a new high school in Yangaru South District. It was established in 2020. Local Member of Parliament and Minister for International Trade and Investment, Richard Maru, says in its short time of operation, the high school has demonstrated good academic performance and has been so outstanding that they deserve to get a secondary school as soon as possible. He says the school should attain its secondary school status by 2025, just as the country celebrates 50 years of independence and commits to start building classrooms and staff houses for grades 11 and 12 starting next year. By 2026, they should witness the school's first grade 12 graduation. Maru added that Yanguru South District Development Authority also has plans to turn this school into a boarding school. Maru reminded the students that the district does not have mineral resources to boast about, but counts on its school children as their resource, therefore encouraging students to aim for good grades. The Mike Morrison Memorial High School in the Usino Bundi Electorate in Madden Province graduated its first class of grade 10 students yesterday, witnessed by the local member and Minister for Education, Jimmy Uguro. Minister Uguro congratulated the 24 students and challenged them to persevere in their studies and to make it further to higher learning institutions and then return to develop Usino Bundi.
The school grounds were filled with jubilant parents, students and teachers to witness the school's first grade 10 graduation. Local member and Education Minister Jimmy Uguro, in congratulating the 24 graduating students, also challenged them to excel in their studies and further in life.
You not can worry yourself, you amas platasol you finish. You compete what you yet now. Now you looking for you no city block good house. And you miss out distance now about. You go work money, you come a big plan. Now you by helping me long chance in Buddhist station.
He took this opportunity to announce logistical support to this new high school. The minister also provided an update about the government's tuition fee-free education policy. He encouraged parents to help focus on their children so they can be better educated. Carol Kiru Jr., TVWan News.
In a vibrant celebration of creativity and cultural heritage, Jacks of Papua New Guinea proudly launched the highly anticipated design products from the triumphant winners of the 2023 Design PNG competition at the Waigani Central Branch in Port Moresby.
The three designers, namely Jack Lamy, Andy Rambuli and Mabata Vasiri, emerged victorious in the Design PNG competition that served as a dynamic platform for showcasing inventive designs reflecting the rich tapestry of PNG. From intricate patterns to vibrant hues and striking graphics, the winning designs masterfully captured the essence of Papua New Guinea's diverse culture. Open to individuals of all ages, the competition aimed to foster a love for design and appreciation for the country's varied cultural heritage. Each winner not only received recognition for their outstanding contributions, but also earned 2,000 kina for their participation. Moreover, they stand to gain up to 10,000 kina in royalties upon signing an agreement for the production of their design merchandise. During the merchandise launch, Chief Executive Officer of CPL Navin Raju expressed his pride in the venture, shedding light on the meticulous process of selecting the best designs and transforming them into a captivating range of products. Raju encouraged designers across the nation to gear up for the 2024 Design PNG competition scheduled to kick off in February. The event not only celebrated the winners but also provided a platform for the people of Papua New Guinea to generate income through their creative endeavors. Carol Kiru Jr., TVWan News.
And now the finance news. The kina closed unchanged at $0.2685 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2610, $0.3926 Australian dollars, $0.2342 euro, and 37.26 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, all closed higher, except copper closed lower and copper closed the day unchanged. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, ASX closed higher, and all ordinaries closed higher as well. You're watching TVWan News. We'll have news from abroad when we come back. Stay with us.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo and milk taste and added nutrients, Milo and milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Fine PNG made.
Right across the nation, we eat snacks crackers. Emi trupla. All get a young plana lapun, only like him snacks crackers. Only make him here, no PNG, one-time lay biscuit company. It's crunchy and tasty. It's irresistible.
Hey, you want to talk? Want to win one of 4 Costa buses? Simply collect 6 SP Lager Red promo caps and enter the draw at a participating store near you. There are heaps of other great prizes to win too, like SP Hunters jerseys and other awesome SP Lager gifts. So enter the draw today for a chance to win. There's a bus to be won in Islands, Southern, Momase, and in New Guinea Islands. SP Lager, Bungi Mumi!
Strong like you, smart like me. I hope they don't break. Now Choli Luki's son. This is Relaxo. Strong plus Shred. Should I try them on you?
No, please. I'll take them.
Relaxo. Very strong, lasts long.
On the ground, the Fijian. Kebalo, oh, Butterfingers there out of the hands of Dotty. You've got to be careful. He's up. Ramos in the corner.
He's seen as a table legend.
That is delicious.
Join Tommy Gomes in a tasty culinary voyage.
Holy mackerel. Did I just say that? We're exploring where your quality American seafood comes from. Quality is key. The uglier the fish, the better it tastes.
Take a deep dive into America's commercial fishing culture. The Fishmonger. First and exclusive. Coming soon on Outdoor.
Welcome back. Mothers of certain ethnicities have been induced into labor up to 2 weeks earlier than other women under controversial guidelines used by at least 2 Sydney local health districts. The practice is aimed at reducing the incidence of stillbirth, but leading researchers and mothers are criticizing it as a blanket solution that's not evidence-based.
Midwife, mother and PhD researcher Sharon Stoliar says she was approached by a number of midwives earlier this year about race-based birth guidelines.
They sent me their policies and then when I looked through it I thought, okay, there's a real problem here.
Internal documents and patient charts seen by the ABC reveal inductions are being offered to some pregnant women earlier than others based only on their ethnicity. It applies to South Asian-born mothers at 40 weeks in the Sydney Local Health District and South Asian, African, Aboriginal, Torres Strait Islander and Pacific mothers at 39 weeks in southwestern Sydney. The incidence of stillbirth is higher among these groups according to multiple studies referenced in the guidelines, but the main author of 2 of these studies doesn't think the response strikes the right balance.
At the moment, we don't have evidence to say that we should be offering specific interventions to women in healthcare settings based on their race.
A similar policy was proposed, then abandoned in the UK after public backlash. Ms Stoliar says inducing too early can cause harm.
More intervention, poorer outcomes and more birth trauma. And these are things that we could reduce if we invested in better care.
A midwife at Canterbury Hospital has told the ABC staff first heard of the new induction guideline in a 2020 email But a lack of official policy has caused confusion. She says this year one woman was even misidentified as South Asian and induced more than a week early for no clinical reason.
The Royal College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists says it supports individualised care based on a woman's risk and choices and the latest evidence-based information.
The timing of birth should be a shared discussion between the woman and the clinician that matches the particular risk profile of the pregnancy and also the desire of the women themselves.
Come up with a compromise, like maybe increase monitoring between the 39 to 40 week mark. It's not fair to this group of women. It is racial profiling at its worst.
New South Wales Health didn't respond to detailed questions, but said it recommends increased monitoring for women from high-risk ethnicities to inform the timing of birth.
The Australian government has pledged $150 million to climate finance for Pacific countries, but has not contributed to a newly created global loss and damage fund. Nearly 200 countries reached an historic consensus agreement on the first day of the COP28 climate summit in Dubai to set up the loss and damage fund to help the world's poorest and most vulnerable countries pay for the irreversible impacts of climate disaster. The Albanese government supported its creation but has not financially backed it. Instead, it said it would contribute a foundational $100 million to the Pacific Resilience Facility, a trust fund to invest in small-scale climate and disaster resilience projects, and $50 million for the Green Climate Fund, the world's largest climate financing mechanism. The commitments, but not the sums, were announced at the Pacific Islands Forum in the Cook Islands last month. A North Queensland school is using lessons in mindfulness to help address behavioral problems in the classroom. A group of students at Thurinhai High School are finishing the year on a high with improved student well-being and focus.
Lunchtime is over at this Townsville school, but it isn't back to the books.
Are you guys going to relax with us today?
For the past year, these students have been practicing mindfulness in a bid to find quiet in a noisy world.
Overwhelm, anxiety, digital addiction is affecting the well-being of our next generation.
Using breathing techniques, meditation and subtle movement, the Youth Reset program aims to skill teens to be resilient.
75% of people that struggle with mental health, this has begun under the age of 25. It's essential today more than ever before that we are proactive in mental and emotional health of our next generation.
Classroom management has improved, even in the tired final days of the 2023 term.
And it was a very complex class, lots of social, complexities to the group.
Teachers are reporting fewer students withdrawing or reacting with outbursts.
And what we're finding is a much more settled start to the lessons, and also just students interacting with each other in a more positive way, which is then de-escalating classrooms and allowing more learning to happen.
Many of these students have complex needs.
There's growing academic consensus that trauma has a negative impact on social cohesion and classroom behaviour. And while many schools are starting to pay attention to trauma-informed practice, academics say a greater focus is needed.
If children have experienced trauma in their developmental stages of their life, they can have real difficulty learning how to regulate their emotions. So trauma-informed practice helps young people learn how to self-regulate and helps them feel safe and supported in the classroom.
For students, the classroom results are clear.
It's made me relaxed, calm and not stressed a lot.
Feel less anxious in the bones, in the body, in the mind.
The British government has accused Russia's intelligence services of targeting high-profile British politicians, civil servants and journalists with cyber espionage and malicious cyber activity as part of sustained attempts to interfere in UK politics. The Foreign Office said Russia's FSB agency was responsible for a range of cyber espionage operations in the UK, including targeting British parliamentarians from multiple parties and high-profile individuals and entities from at least 2015 2015 and selectively leaking and amplifying sensitive information to serve Russian interests. Foreign Office Minister Leo Doherty told politicians that a cyber group known as Star Blizzard, which British cybersecurity officials believe to be almost certainly subordinate to an FSB unit, created false identities to impersonate legitimate contacts and then delivered a malicious link to victims. Farmers are threatening to lock the gate on a mining company they claim has breached environmental conditions of its lease. After investigating complaints, the South Australian government has ordered Chinese-owned company Murray Zircon to stop work at its mineral sands mine in the Murray Valley.
Kevin Heydrich never wanted mining on his farm at Galga. But after decades of fighting, he says he has a pit on his property that looks like it's in the Pilbara.
It's been off and on. They've been having a lot of trouble with that big plant behind us. But then it's all the stockpiles we're worried about, as you can see in the background.
Following numerous complaints from the Heydrichs alleging environmental breaches, the State Department of Energy and Mining issued a stop work notice to Murray Zircon. The department asked the company to submit a change in operations application after it created bigger stockpiles of overburden or topsoil than approved. Kevin is concerned that the breaches go beyond the compensation he was paid for mining activities and compromise the investment he's made in improving his land.
The worry, if they're in breach of that, are they going to do the rehabilitation properly?
Kevin's concerned about the future viability of the land. Farming industry groups are also worried. A spokesperson for Murray Zircon said in a statement that the company ceased mining and processing operations on Wednesday. Any works now will only be rehabilitation, maintenance and transport of product. It says it's working with the department to comply with its licence and should be able to meet its directions within 28 days.
And that ends the news segment. Later in sports with Jasmine, Barnes League revival and Mira remains positive.
A quick favorite meal for the day does feel good. Snacks noodles is my choice for a simple meal. It is easy to prepare and fast to cook. And with a touch of flavor and ingredients, quality noodles that can be cooked and enjoyed in many different ways. You see, my whole family loves it. It's made here in PNG and comes in different pack sizes. Snacks noodles, tastier but you like it more.
This Christmas, Digicel is making wishes come true with mega prizes and loads more cash. 3 grand cash prizes of 100,000, 50,000 or 30,000 kina. That's right, you can win 100,000 kina cash. Plus, there's also more amazing weekly prizes to win. Samsung Galaxy S22 smartphones, 5,000 kina in cash, water tanks, gem sets and entertainment packs with Samsung TV, smartphone, playbox and 1-year free TV and mobile plan. So what are you waiting for? Just top up 5 kina or more or buy any phone for your chance to win and make your wishes come true this Christmas. Only with Digicel.
What's wrong?
Was I here last night?
Yes.
You sure?
Hugo thinks he's a pro settling scores.
Trafficking, Vincent Sierra. I can't keep doing your job for you.
Who is this?
You're too slow to make the pay. I think they took children. They're not doing anything about it. He's taking out the traffickers that we couldn't.
Memory.
WWE superstar Shayna Baszler, the Queen of Spades. I'm here to set it all on fire. Watch WWE on Digicel TV.
What's your story?
My story.
What are we looking at?
To some, I was an outlaw. To all, a legend.
You're Puss in Boots?
Normally, I have a sword. It's like a whole thing.
Okay.
Whenever I team up with you, things go wrong.
Puss in Boots, The Last Wish.
Thanks for staying with us. In sports, the once rugby league hub of Wagi Valley in Joaka Province, Buns Rugby League, is on the revival pathway. If anything, it's been years since the last time a team representing Buns Rugby League had been featured at any sanctioned PNG Rugby League program. To the inception of the Komni Off-Season Cup earlier in October, the Buns League has been invited to participate the week-long inaugural Morobe Kande 19 Lay.
The main man behind the scene is Stephen Clay, who has put his hand up to carry on the legacy of his late father, Joseph Komni, utilizing rugby league as an intercessor for peace, but more so, the need for education in the valley. Clay said building on the revival of the Buns Rugby League through the inception of the Komni Off-Season Cup early this October, the local league has been invited to participate in the week-long inaugural Morobe Kandes Nines in Lay this week. Clay said it's an honor to once again bring the Buns boys out from their seclusion and enjoy rugby league with the rest of the country.
The only fitting thing that I saw possible was to engage all my youth in my district to participate in a thing called rugby league. There are so many things that I engage with, but our place, my setting is more aligned to rugby league. So I thought giving back and remembering what my late dad did, I thought it would be more appropriate that I engage myself in rugby league to engage the youth around me, so that that will only help in promoting what he stood for.
He added rugby league has become integral in the approach he now leads for the betterment of communities back home. Clay said in the long run they want to get back into the PNG RFL and be recognized as an affiliate. But he says the key factors aligning to PNG RFL must be established, and it begins now.
The Buns Rugby League, that was the initial rugby league in the valley, as for reason known to our pioneers and for reason known to people that were involved. It's just died out. Giving no hope to all the juniors that are there, all the young ones that are there.
Participating in the inaugural Kandes Nines tournament in Lay, Morobe Province, is a positive step forward to help revive and bring back rugby league to Buns. Terry Longwood, TVWan Sports.
Returning PNG Hunters 5A Joshua Mire remains positive of getting more game time in the upcoming 2024 QRL Host Plus Cup season after spending majority of his debut season this year on the sideline due to a niggling injury. The rising Simbu prodigy, who came out of the Lay Snacks Tigers program, had a remarkable 2022 Digicel Cup season, picking up the top point scorer award and subsequently earning himself a spot in the final 2023 PNG Hunters squad.
Big, skillful and very agile fullback 5'8" custodian Joshua Mire is relishing his second stint at the Hunters and looking forward to a better and injury-free Host Plus Cup campaign in 2024. An injury during the 2023 season kept young 22-year-old on the sideline and could only play a handful of games at the back end of the season. However, he took it as a learning curve to be better next year. Mire said with the new boys joining the camp this year, it's a big step up for them compared to the DSL Cup level, which is challenging, but the older boys are there to help them along. On goal-kicking duties, Mire said that's one aspect of their game that they need to address and improve on in the coming season. Though Jamie Mavoko has been the first choice kicker, Mire has also been working on his kicking game with the coaching staff to improve and harness his game. Mire said the camp this year has a lot of exciting young talents who are competing for spots in the final squad. This is also pushing the older boys to work harder to keep their spots. For him, making the final cut is his first goal, while contemplating a test debut for the national team would be a bonus. Terry Longwood, TVWan Sports.
Another rising local rugby league star has made the PNG Hunters pre-season training camp for the 2024 QRL Host Plus Cup season. Reynolds Tai, the youngest brother of UK-bound PNG Hunters star centre Roderick Tai, made an impression recently when he debuted for the Junior Kumuls against the Australian schoolboys during the PM's 13 weekend in September.
Following the footsteps of his big brother Roderick, young Reynolds could be the next pride of the Thai family of Hagen Central, Western Highlands Province. Bearing some resemblance to his big brother, Reynolds is a third-year student at Unitec, Lay, and is another promising talent that came through the Lace Next Tigers production line. Reynolds first made the Tigers team in 2022, but due to studies only played a handful of matches. For Reynolds, making the PNG Junior Kumuls and now transiting to the Hunters training squad was quite surreal and a dream come true after completing a full season with the Lace Next Tigers. He said, though training has been intense and tough compared to the Digital Cup level, Reynolds is using the opportunity to learn new skills and techniques which would help him in his development. 2023 has been a breakout season for the young Western Highlander, having played all Tigers games throughout to the finals before he got a call-up to the Junior Kumuls that played the Australian schoolboys in September, where he was able to impress Hunters selectors. Reynolds said to train alongside Big Brother is special as he is able to learn new things. Reynolds is enjoying the Hunters training camp so far and working hard to make the final cut for the 2024 Host Plus Cup season. Terry Longwood, TVWan Sports.
Cricket PNG is looking forward for more exciting cricket both on domestic and international fronts starting in the new year. Cricket PNG CEO Richard Dunn revealed the plans early this week when farewelling the PNG under-23 girls, the CLS, who are currently in Brisbane taking part in Australian under-19 National Cricket Championships.
Cricket enthusiasts can brace themselves for more exciting cricket in the coming months. While the PNG under-23 CLS are set to kick off their campaign at the Australian Under-19 National Cricket Championships from the 14th to the 21st of December, Cricket PNG CEO Richard Dunn has announced the PNG Under-23 girls will engage in an Under-19 qualifier around May, leading to the next World Cup. Starting on the local front, CEO said the domestic calendar is ramping up with the Barras and Lavas focusing on their own World Cup qualifiers as well. Dunn also made special mention and commended the Malolo cricket program, which is really taking off in a big way with mass participation, which he hopes would reinvigorate the love and passion of cricket in the schools and communities never like before, not only in Port Moresby, but across the country.
You know, some of the work we're trying to do around the domestic scene and trying to grow the game is really starting to bear fruit. And to be honest, I think, you know, Cricket PNG probably hasn't shown them enough love over the last few years. And I know from the visits we've made, and I know Rodney and Lakani in our office have made, people are very, very appreciative that, you know, we're making the effort to go out and see them and to, you know, to reinvigorate their programs.
The Under-19 boys have been given a second chance to qualify, going back to the second division around July.
That's a Division 2 qualifier. We had some issues at the last qualifier where New Zealand was in the tournament, so it was just about impossible to get to the World Cup, but we finished lower than we wanted to, and so we have to go to Division 2. The good point is we get competition next year, but none of the Division 1 sides get competition next year, so in a way it's an advantage, in a way it's, we would rather gone straight to Division 1, but...
When summing up his short tenure so far since taking up the top post at Cricket PNG, Dunn said it was challenging, but he's learnt a lot and has been an exciting experience so far with good stuff around.
From my point of view, it's been really exciting. Really happy with the staff who work extremely hard, as you can tell from what I said before. As an organisation, I think we're starting to kick a few goals. I'll have some announcements coming up about some new appointments within our organisation very soon as well. But really excited heading into 2024. I think there's a lot to be gained by Cricket PNG, both globally and domestically.
Terry Longwood, TVWan Sports.
And that ends sports news. Over to you, Maricela.
Thank you, Jasmine. We'll now have the weather forecast for the next 24 hours. Isolated showers and thunderstorms scattered over Millie Bay Province. Port Moresby, mostly fine, partly cloudy. Omase, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Lae, partly cloudy with few showers. New Guinea Islands, isolated showers and thunderstorms scattered with areas of rain over Bougainville. Kimbe, partly cloudy with few showers. Highlands, isolated showers and thunderstorms with areas of rain drizzles. All centers partly cloudy with possible showers and drizzles. Coral Sea, seas moderate to patches rough with southeast winds of 15 to 24 knots with gusts. Waters north of Cape Bogle to Huon Gulf to Fincher Fen, seas 0.5 to 1 meters. And that wraps up the news tonight. Have a safe weekend. Bye for now.
The TVWan News was proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.